guys, it's Charyl here from Planner with a Praise, where I offer simple and creative ideas to help you organize your money and your time so that neither is ever wasted. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. And if you've been here before, then welcome back. And I invite each and every one of you to join the Praise team. In order to make that happen, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button. It's really that easy. I also invite you to follow me over on the Instagram platform as well. So my friends, in today's video, I will be doing a budget with me. And in this video, I will be demonstrating to you how I organize my budget from month to month. Now, typically when I'm doing my budget with me videos each month, this is the sheet that you can expect to see. And what I do is I go ahead and I make the entire video about dollars and cents. I talk about how much money the family brings in to the household, and I also talk about the estimated expenses. I additionally go into detail about how much each category costs us each month. But in today's video, I thought it would be smart if I did something that was more edifying and enriching to my viewer. So what I will be doing today is not only will I be filling out my budget form for the month of February, but I will also show you what I do after that process is done. I also want to give you some information about what I do before I even get to this point of filling out my budget form. So currently there is 3 things that I do committingly in preparing for my monthly budget. One of the things I do is I go back 1 month and I use this as a guide to write down all the information that I can pull from the previous month and bring into the new month. And the reason why I do that is because it takes out all of the guessing when it comes to writing down all of my monthly expenses and bills that are due in the new month. The other thing I do is I make sure that I have any new bills gathered together so that when I am ready to write on this page, all the information that I need is here. The next thing I do, and typically I do it week to week, is as my bills come in, I write down in my financial planner the date that that bill is due and the amount. But in today's video, because I want to show you the process that I go through in preparing my monthly budget, I'm going to be filling out my month at a glance page. So I want to just go back a second and show you what I use to record my finances. This is a Happy Planner Classic. It is a disc-bound system. Now, this is not Happy Planner's financial planner. They do have one that they sell. This is one of their planners that I modified and turned into my financial planner. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start out by just moving my planner out of the way, and I'm going to bring my budget sheet back into frame, and I'm going to begin to write down all of my expenses. So now that I've written down all of my expenses, I want to go ahead and tally up my total expenses for the month. So I'm going to bring in my calculator and take care of that. But I just noticed that I failed to write down what month I am budgeting for. So let me take care of that now before I forget. And I am budgeting for February 2021. So once I go ahead and tally up these numbers here in the total column, it's going to give me my expense total for the month, and I will go ahead and write it down right here. And that total, I'm going to use a different pen because this is not showing up, or at least I feel like it's not really showing up clear as I'm filming. The total I have for my estimated expenses are $7,872.74. Now, the next thing I want to tell you is that we use an estimated income of $8,200. The reason why I'm using that number is because since COVID started back in March of 2020, our income has fluctuated. Sometimes I'm working, sometimes I'm not. Periodically, my husband will be home for a day or two, all because of the modifications that COVID-19 has forced upon us. However, given those circumstances, I noticed that our household income never falls below $8,200. And so I will continue to use that as the benchmark income for our household. So the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back in my financial planner. Here it is. So what I'll be doing is I'll be taking a lot of the items from my budget sheet and transferring them over to my month at a glance. And all I'll be doing basically is writing them down on the dates that they are due. So for example, my mortgage is due the last day of every month. So I'll be writing that down on the 28th, and then my car note is due on the 1st of every month. So that's what I'm doing. And this is the part that you typically do not see in my budget with me. What you do see is you will see me planning out this page, but you don't see what happens with this page going forward. And so today I wanted to share that with you. So I'm going to start with the first. And on the first, I have my car note, and I also have a QVC bill due. My cable bill is due on the 23rd. And you know what? Let me take these sheets out of the planner because otherwise the discs are going to be in the way while I'm writing, and it's going to cause me to write very sloppy, and then I won't be happy. So woohoo, what am I doing here? Okay, here I am. So we already wrote down the bills that are due on the 1st, which was the car note and QVC. The next thing I'm writing down is the cable bill, which is due on the 23rd. And I also have my Chase bill due on that same day. Next up is my electric bill, and then I also have a water bill due. Now, because I didn't have the date of my water bill when I created this page, I saved some space over here. So I will write here water, and underneath it I will write the payment amount, which is $81.08. Then I have my Vivint bill, which is due on the 20th, and Vivint is my solar bill. And my homeowner's insurance also is due on the 1st. So let me write that down. Now, remember I had shared with you that not everything on this page is going onto my month at a glance page. My month at a glance page is primarily for bills that are due. And so because of that, I'll be skipping my public transportation expense, but I will add my auto insurance, which is due on the 28th, along with my mortgage. I won't be adding my auto inspection or my auto registration on this page either, because even though that is an expense for February, there's really no due date as long as I get it done before the month is over. Now here I want to show you my living expense category, and for the most part, none of these are bills with the exception of the cell phone and my subscription. So those are the only two things coming out of this category and onto the page. So my cell phone is due on the 24th, and then the subscriptions, I have two. I have one due on the 23rd, and that is my Insta Ink, and the other one is due on the 2nd, and that is my iTunes. Next up is my lifestyle category, but I'm going to go ahead and skip that and move on to the debt. When I return to the lifestyle, I want to show you something, and that's the only reason why I'm skipping it for now. So when it comes to debt, I have Amazon, which I also was not sure of the due date, so I saved space here for that. And I now know that that bill is $46.35. Lowe's is due on the 4th, and I could write that down here. I know I'm hopping all over the place, but I need to return to my sidebar to write down some additional bills that I know I have due, even though I don't have the bill dates yet. So we already wrote down the water bill, the Amazon bill, but there's also Capital One and Easy Pass. Now this last colorful box I had reserved for the Chase bill, but that bill finally came in and I know it's due on the 23rd. So I went ahead and placed it here. Now what I'm going to do is, give me 1 second before we move on to the lifestyle category. Allow me to show you what I do for that. So I'm bringing back in my financial planner, and I am turning to the section that I use to hold the page that keeps track of my savings. So here is my savings tracker, and here is my budget sheet. So in the lifestyle category, you will see here I have a row that says total savings of $1,340. And what I do each week is I write down the dollar amount that goes into each account every week. And so because I definitely do not write down anything on this tracker until that deposit is complete, I will not, definitely will not be filling in this page. However, I also have in this same category a self-care row of $115. But like I said, in other situations regarding things that were not transferred to the month at a glance, I'm not placing this on the month at a glance page because this is an expense that does not carry any bill date with it. So I won't be transferring that dollar amount to the month at a glance page. So I kind of feel like we are done here, but I also kind of feel like I need to do just a quick recap so that you don't leave this video feeling confused. This was a budget with me video, and in this video, primarily, this is the only sheet that you typically see. However, I wanted to take this video a step further by showing you what happens with these numbers as I progress through the month that I'm budgeting for. And that's where, hold on, that's where my month at a glance pages come into play. Once these numbers are laid out, I then transfer some of the figures that are on this page over to the month at a glance, and I write them down on the date that the bills are due. My sidebar for February, I decided to reserve for bills that I knew were forthcoming but did not have a due date yet. I also shared with you how I use my 26-week savings tracker to write down how much money I save each week. I also told you that I purposely do not write anything on my tracker until the deposit is complete. And the dollar amounts that go onto my savings tracker are already posted in my budget sheet because it allows me to know in advance how much money we anticipate saving for that month. So I hope that you were able to follow along with everything that I shared with you in this video, and I also hope that you found this information useful. So I'm going to go ahead and just put everything back in its place before I say goodbye. And if you have a system in place to help you with budgeting for your household, please share that information with me. I would love to hear it. So my friends, I'm going to leave you with this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you saw flaws in this video, please share them in the comments below so that I could improve and create better content. Guys, this is Sha-rel from Planner with a Praise saying peace and blessings.